Alrighty. Getting started a little earlier today, as I just wanted to make sure everything is getting lined up and working. It's like we have so far, so it's fine. And to go. We're at Silverstone today. And yeah, should be fun. 80 lap race. All going to be about tyre temperature today. This has a lot of high speed, high load corners on the left hand side, and the race itself is going to be all about managing that. Quite happy with how relatively quick I am here, but I'm in quali trim. I think these guys, I don't know what they're doing. I think Danny's in quali. So I'm happy to not be too far away. But yeah, I'm going to be at the front of the field, but I do feel that if I can manage my race well, not make any mistakes, I might scrape in some points, which would be nice, because it hasn't been a great season so far. So it'd be nice to have a solid race, and if I do that, I think I might be in the back end of the points. But yeah, we're on the 70s layout, or the old layout of Silverstone, and it's a hell of a ride, as you're about to see. I've had to set this car up. It's, as always, in order to be relatively quick in this car, you need to make some compromises with respect to stability. So yeah, but I did a lot of testing here, more so than I have done for a long time. Just all around setting up the car, but also, and I'm very happy, I think I've found a compromise that works well on high and low fuel. But it's a lot of practice was about adjusting driving style to try and drive the car as straight as possible. So yeah, it's a really interesting track car combo. Cops here. Probably take a wider entry and get on the throttle a little earlier through there on a really fast lap. Flat through here. Or sorry, I actually lift off to turn the car. And a really awkward braking zone for this big beast. Overdid it there, so I'll just take it easy here. But yeah, to go fast here, you do have to put a lot of energy into the tyres. So in these cars, you just cannot push all day. And if there's someone that can, while maintaining tyre temps, then they're going to have a very good day. I love the fact that there's no chicane at Woodcote. And as a result, it becomes a very complex corner to actually get right and preserve your tyres at the same time. again. Way too late on the throttle as a result. When you get it right, you can pretty much gas it from the exit of Beckett's, and it almost drives itself around. So we're allowed to go slightly wide there, about as far as I went there. Too wide there, and yep, that's what can happen if you're too wide on that exit curve. So that's the limit. But yeah, I want to be around 24 flat in quali, I think 24.1. If I can do that, I'll be happy. But it's not really about where you qualify in these races. So far 12, it's not good. It is just Formula A though, but hopefully there's a few more people that are jumping in. Like, I knew there was a few OWRS, but that is very small. Disappointing to see, actually. Yeah, I really just enjoy driving here. It's a real challenge to get it right. Very technical track, particularly if you're trying to preserve the left tyre temp. There's two aspects to that. There's long-term build-up, and you can really lean on the tyre too much. You know, turn in or apex of a corner, and you can instantly heat the tyre up too much to the point where it just becomes bubblegum, and it just starts, you know, behaving like bubblegum. Way too lucky to pull that up. That actually turned out really well. I should watch that on the replay. Slid too much there, and as a result, wide on the exit. Too wide there too. Yeah, I really, pop is really hard to get right, and it's very easy to overcommit on the brakes, and you're in a world of trouble after that, trying to gather it all up at the apex and exit. So yeah, even in quali mode, which I am now, thank God for the runoff in this case. Save a bit of tyre there. exit and almost kind of lines itself up for that apex with the natural oversteer. A really good feeling when you get that right. Too much sliding there. Way too much sliding. Late to do that, Nico. Oh, okay. Make sure it's working okay. It's fine. Just want to see what it's like. Looks pretty good to me. So excellent, excellent, excellent. So back to the race. Yeah, so interesting to see. Okay, good. Matt's here. That's fantastic. 13. Let's get to. I'd love another 3 people to turn up at the last minute, but I think that's what we're stuck with, unfortunately. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but it's what it is. And yeah, going to be a long race. I guess the track won't be as crowded, so yeah, should be so see Matt's here. I hope he doesn't have any issues. Ooh. So we've got yeah, half an hour of quali starting in just under 5 minutes, and then yeah, we'll have a 20-minute, half-hour briefing / warm up, and then we're in the race. So what time is it now? Racing, it'll be about probably 10 o'clock start, I'd say. My time, which is 4 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So just gonna have a quick break. I'll leave some footage on back in a minute. Oh, a lot of sliding there from Franek, which he is always very busy at the wheel, but I'm assuming he's on a quali. Oh, okay, so my best in all the practice I did. Let's check here again. I want OBS. Yeah, it's in all the practice I did. My best was a 23.8, and that was on very low fuel. And so yeah, I'm well about. I think I'm actually about where. I'm very happy with that, because if you take car strength into account, I mean, I'm sure Bird or Yerne probably be a little quicker maybe in my car, but otherwise, yeah, I'm pretty happy to be around the low 24s. And like I said, in a race like this, I think if you finish today, given the size of the field, it'd be a pretty fair chance of So I may be racing with Matt and Reese today, which would be cool. Spa was pretty boring for me the last round because I stuffed up quali, didn't post a lap, and yeah, just test my chat again while I'm yabbering here. Yeah, yeah. What was I saying? I've completely lost my train of thought now. Anyway. Yeah, it was a pretty boring race because of my mistake. Once I got through the Formula B field, there we go. Yeah, just was driving around on my own most of the race. And any people I came across were either clearly a lot slower due to their car, what car they were in, or they had damage or what have you. So it would be nice to have a bit of a battle today. However, like, yeah, I don't know how much ducking and diving and sliding around I want to do. I'll probably get a really bad start in this thing. So yeah, I'll probably be near the back somewhere. Go, teammate Miff. So yeah, we're gonna. There's Austin 14. That's good. That's I guess there was some Formula One grids that size back in the day. Probably not at the British Grand Prix, but maybe some of the flyaways or what have you. So maybe we have to invent some law that says that Formula One in our universe was run from Australia or something, or South Africa. Okay, so got the quali set up in. Might as well get out there and put the Banker Horse 2 in. Hey, that wasn't too bad. Nice banker. Not sure I can actually go that. I've only actually, the one time I got under 24 was that 23.8 I did, so yeah, not Oh no, Darren, what are you doing? Fucking embarrassment there. That was the best pit exit of all time. Luckily, I've still got all my wheels attached. Oh, Jesus. Just not thinking there at all. I could have taken off a wheel there. Jesus. All right. Mine back on the job. Yeah. Right, let's have another go. Yeah, one thing I just, regardless of where I qualify here, I really cannot get this car off the line. So I'm pretty much guaranteed to be losing spots at the start, I think. So Nico, go by here. Matt's in, whether he's in the BT20 or the 24. Oh, outside the top 10. That's about probably where I'm going to be, so... Oh, Jesus. That's my best time I can do. That's about as fast as I can go. Not even cracking the top 10. Oh, boy. I'll even have one more go. Sorry, Bird, if that put you off at all. I think using that pit is actually a lot safer. Using that pit entry that I just did is a lot safer actually than trying to pull it up and then, you know, at high speed turning into Woodcut and then trying to make it into the pits is a recipe for disaster actually. I guess it's good to have that option in emergency situations. I thought that if I did a hot lap like that, okay, I can go faster apparently. Yeah, anyway, gotta get out there. Yeah, just the level of driving and not being in the best car here really does kind of get to me occasionally. But I think I'm putting up a pretty strong showing here, so. Boston. please. Don't do that. It's no good. Go back to the pits, mate. Well, that wasn't too bad. It's not often I go faster than I load that now in case I forget. It's not often that I beat my fastest time in practice in quali. It's not my specialty, quali and starting a race. But anyway, that's quali over. Going to be an interesting battle at the front between the two aliens and half aliens below that. There's no shame in any of those, having any of those drivers ahead of me. So yeah, I have to jump over into the briefing now. So let's jump over that. And everyone's in different channels, which is interesting. Yeah, go.
Christ alive, hello.
Go. Some bloody fast drivers out there. Let me tell you that. Did one of the best laps I've ever done for 11th.
I feel that. So close. Martin and Franek are, I think, ahead of me by 30 milliseconds.
So yeah, you guys just battle with each other, use up all your tyres, take each other out if you want, and I'll just sit back and drive nice and straight and come through to win on the last lap, like
That's the
Monaco
way.
83
Yeah,
or whatever it was.
So we're doing a 1-2, yeah, Darren?
Yes. We haven't,
Because I think we're
we haven't-
last and second to last of
Whether-
FA at the moment.
whether it's multi 21 or multi 12, I'm not sure yet, mate, but I'm sure the horn will get on the radio to discuss. Sorry, Nico, I'll shut up now.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Like, with FB still going on. Like, they're going to be busy for at least another 22 minutes, so we're going to be using all of warm-up anyway. But I did imagine that you guys probably wanted to get the briefing over and done with so you can just focus on the race and stuff after. Right. Fuck off, Adobe toolbar. No one likes you.
Sorry for not telling you, Damir. Completely forgot about the in-lap thing.
Right. Wait, so Danny, did you reset on track and then went back out after?
I didn't do that. No. I forgot to tell Sleepy, so Damir, about the in-lap rule, but from the replays he just did go back to the pits like doing an in-lap. So.
Good. All right. Then just quick briefing. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for coming in. I think Matt, is Reese gonna rejoin or?
Hope so.
Too sure.
I'm sorry.
I'm not too sure. Sorry, I haven't spoken to him.
Gotcha. Okay. Because he was streaming earlier and stuff, so I was just wondering if something might be up with that. But either way, yeah. Round 5. We have comparatively sunny weather, luckily with a bit of overcast, so our tires stay a bit cooler than 9,000 degrees Celsius. He also had his stream die, so I think something happened to Reese, but okay. Yeah, so the schedule and stuff is as normal. We'll probably be using the full 30 minutes for the warm-up at the moment because, well, FB is still happily fighting away with, I think, 13 laps to go. Starting procedure as usual, we have a 2x2 staggered grid here. In real life, they used a 4x3x4, but I thought that was a little bit suicidal, considering, well, human sanity. Lapping will be the usual Grand Prix lapping rules. I don't think that we'll have any problem with that here. Track limits will be enforced by the in-game system, except for the except not for the final corner, except for Stowe corner, which well, unluckily, no one's out on track right now and all that jazz. I'm just gonna elaborate that later in a moment. Tarmac runoff outside of Stowe corner can be entered with all 4 tires, and drivers must make an effort to have a maximum of 1 car width between their inside tire, so the right side tire, and the edge of the racing surface. During the race, tarmac runoff can be utilized to avoid accidents in case of oversteering or, just generally car doesn't brake or evasive action. But if you're through the corner already, so you're at corner exit and the car is in front of you, you have the tarmac runoff to the left, you're not allowed to overtake over the tarmac runoff unless you're already alongside before the corner ends. And basically you have the car on your inside, you are basically just trying to hang on around the outside. If you get overtaken on there, you're not allowed to obviously extend the runoff and stuff to stay alongside. But, that just normal off-track racing rules and stuff. Pit lane will not have a speed limit, but drivers are required to safely enter and exit, as usual. Carrying on with a broken car, we guys know this already as well. Critically damaged rule as well. Then we have the rundown here for the guys and gals that have to run in different cars. Since entry number 3 has withdrawn from the series, after Spa, the chassis will be assigned to Zido Vaya. Zido's old chassis has been given to Matt Wright and is now entered henceforth as number 23. Disconnect as usual as well. Don't try to constantly disconnect, reconnect and stuff if you have severe connection issues. Just to make sure that other drivers can't get kicked by you rejoining and stuff excessively. And, also if you're disconnecting, reconnecting like 5-6 times during the race, you'll be quite far off. I mean, it's still possible, to finish for points and stuff, but it is in the code of conduct that you only race when, everything is in actual working condition. Track map in orange zone. The entire circuit is in orange zone for lap 1. Remainder of the race will not have an orange zone. Right, then I'll quickly give you guys a fun bird's eye view of first the pit lane and then what I meant with the exit of Stowe. Basically, pit lane entry, if you have to if you have to go pit in the race to repair damage or anything, do so over the pit entrance here on the inside. However, you don't have to follow the orange marked line stuff the entire time. Around here, basically just, run to you can run over the striped line as well, as long as you stay on the right side of this curb here. Then go through the pit lane and all that stuff. Don't enter the pit lane from, this mark from the track and then into here, simply because the pit boxes can start quite early, and, well, frankly, you're basically just risking a crash for yourself, and crash in the pit lane is probably the most unnecessary thing that you can do in one of these races. Other than that, I'll quickly drive us up to Stowe. Feel free to make fun of my god-awful third-person driving view skills later.
It's like you've got all
But-
the assists on.
Well, I mean, it's like it's almost like I'm just trying to show it for everyone else. Righto, here you see the visual line here. This is the edge between racing surface and runoff. At the exit here, you're allowed to have one car width, so this much between the inside tire and the racing surface. That basically means around, eyeballing it around here. If you're basically behind another car and then you're thinking, yeah, I'll overtake around here, don't do that. If you're basically very far back and still trying to force it to stay alongside, this is still the runoff in the end, so if there's another car inside of you, but already basically with your front axle only barely even up with the rear axle of them, pull back out. Basic survival instinct. That's all I'm asking for here. As far as I could see in qualifying, we didn't really have any runoff abusers there. I don't want to start giving out fantastic runoff penalties or extending the track penalties and stuff. So, I'm counting on you guys, but I know that I can count on you with that because, we have a very good bunch of people here. And, I just want to make sure that everyone knows what is meant in the briefing documents there. Right. Other than that, are there any questions?
Can we use the short track version?
Not yet. It's still in the works.
Damn.
Yeah, which is making a completely new version of this track at the moment, and it's going to be a lot more great. It's going to be huge, fantastic, and bigly, but it's still a bit far off from being finished, which is why we're still using this version.
It's a good Trump impression.
Huge. Anyway, yeah.
Well, it says 20 minutes to go. Is that actually how long we'll have, or?
Well,
Okay. Oh, okay. So we'll be.
they have like 8 minutes left. So at the moment, I'd say we're basically using at least another 15 minutes probably. And then I'll basically go after Daniel. But generally, I think we'll be using the rest of the runoff. So they also have like a little bit of time to interview drivers and stuff.
Thanks, mate.
Righto. Are there any more questions?
Yeah, I have.
Please go ahead.
One
Tim.
after the other?
So this is basically for future rounds. But if you do if you're still on a qualifying run after the qualifying timer is over, are you then allowed to exit back to pits?
When qualifying is basically like if qualifying is over for you, so basically like the timer is empty, you are done with your lap or something, or you bin it, you can just exit.
Okay,
The thing for qualifying is mainly if you exit back to the pit lane from anywhere on the track, whether you lost a tire, whether you haven't lost a tire or anything, but it's still the session going on, so for example, you have 5, 10, 15 minutes left, whatever, whether you can go out or not. If you have literally like any time left, if you escape at the track, which isn't like your pit lane around your pit box, then the qualifying is over for you.
Okay, thank you.
All good.
Yeah, and I had a question about the runoff at Stowe. What about lapping with the one car width rule, of course? Is it possible to lap when you're on the runoff?
Generally, yeah, but normally it shouldn't come as far as that. In that situation, my advice to the lapped car would be either pull on the inside here, since we're opportunely here right now, either pull on the inside and let the people around on the outside, or lapped car goes on the runoff and lets the others through. Just to make sure that there's no miscommunication and misunderstandings and potential for shenaniganry.
Yeah, but just in case we end up there, then just initiate
Avoiding
lapping.
action is completely legal. If you're like avoiding onto the runoff to evade a lapping car, then you're generally losing time anyway, normally. So,
All right.
right. Any more questions? I think that is a no. Right, then, yeah. Thank you very much, everyone, for attending. Good luck, have fun. Congratulations, Yane, Ross, and forward my congrats to John as well about your win yesterday at Qatar. First LMU endurance event.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And yeah, best of luck today, everyone. Let's have a fun race.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck.
Briefing over, class
Turn Discord off altogether. Quiet, and I'm gonna take the opportunity to have a little bathroom break here, so back in a minute or two. Okay, let's check that everything's running. Yep, looks like it. So, back to it. I'm gonna have to, this might be the last race I do with these gloves, which I've had since 2023 or earlier. They're holier than a Sunday mass, so Hey, don't, Aaron, start sticking to me. Headset cord. Pull yourself out. Okay. Get out. Practice start. A lot of fuel. Good. Very slow starter. Start in the pits. That's the way to do it. Oh, you know. Tried to take the fast line over the curbs. Hey, Scoob, how are you? I missed your absence notification. Hope, oh God, tongue-tied today. Hope all is well, mate, and thanks for popping in. It's a shame you can't be out here with us. We're got a very small grid. Feels like more like one of the flyaway Grand Prix than actually the British Grand Prix, but thanks for jumping in anyway, mate. It's probably going to be a long day for me. Did the lap of my life earlier and finished up 11th, so it's about how it's going to play out, I think. So, yeah. Ooh. Got work or something on, mate? Other commitments? Oh. Okay. What? Shit. Sorry, Miff. What are you doing? Bloody hell. Okay, well, I'm assuming you've got... Oh, okay, right. Didn't you fall down some stairs recently or something, Scoob? Like, been a bit accident prone in recent times, my friend, which is a bit of a shame, but I can relate to that. As someone who has in their past fainted and head-butted concrete slab head first. Broke my nose yet again for the 6th time. There was alcohol involved in that though, so I've got no excuses. But I hope the injuries aren't too bad, Scoob, and that you can get moving again pretty quick. Oh, yeah, fucking hell. That truck, it's lethal. Go Austin. Yeah, so I'm 11th and I've only got... I'd have a battle with Race actually if... So there might be some battling to be had here. But yeah, I'm going to be doing my delta is a 27, so I can do that driving relatively straight. So that's the plan. I've no idea when we're actually starting here. Hopefully the volumes and everything they should be. So yeah, I always freak out about getting... Oh, it's the main thing. Let's leave and enter again. No, that was earlier. Good. So yeah, should be interesting. Try and get through the first lap and set a quick go. So the nerves. 80 laps should be about what's it about? There, you're probably full of adrenaline from the incident yesterday, and yeah, once all that goes out of your body and the shock, which is the best painkiller of all, is shock. Yeah, sorry to hear that, but yeah, there's not much you can do, just grin and bear it, I guess. Grin and bear it, and hope that oh, I'd be well, maybe not today, but a hot bath or something. That might actually not help today, but okay, I'm gonna keep checking. I might as well just get out there, I think. No, I don't want it. Rolling either, which is good. This will be an ugly start. I told you. Thanks, Smith. Let's drive it nice and straight here early. Don't want to burn the tyres up here at all. Just gonna ease into this. miss. Hope that was just a spin. Yeah. They're about the same here. Maybe the factory car is a little better if you probably factor in Reese's slightly higher level of skill here. I want to be sliding like that too much. That yellow flag threw me right then for that corner. Come on, engine, do your thing. It feels like a big cruise liner. So your comment is very appropriate. Oh, here comes Matt in an Acuri Australis sandwich. That I'm going to let you by, mate. I think you're quite a bit faster than me at this stage of the race anyway. Way too polite there, but anyway. High attempts, Darren, come on. Keep it together, drive it straight. This is Come on, Darren. It's the race. Mate. Stick to the plan, mate. Exactly. This place must have been an orchard or something in a previous life, Scoop. Go, Reese. guys defending pretty hard. These two might get together in front of me here, I think. Curb's a nightmare. Lucky. Oh, he did give me damage. Hopefully it's superficial. Damn, hope that damage doesn't feel too bad. Actually feel a collision. Must have just flicked him on the way past. Come on, Austin, off you go, mate. Thanks, Scoob, yeah. I had a feeling something like that might happen, and unfortunately I inserted myself into the middle of it. Used a lot of tyre there. Yeah, I must remember that, because Reese is in that chassis at least, for an engine though, to Demir. Seeing Reese slide like that in front of me this early is encouraging. Because Austin's car's loose. I might have enough pace to get my race here. I need to get the run down this straight. want to see. Just not getting that exit. Sorry, Reese, that was a bit awkward, and I actually didn't mean to shove it down the inside there, but getting a big sweat up here. They must have had a spin or something earlier on. Go Bert. What a lovely guy. It's a toss-up between who's nicer out of him and Yerne, to be honest. Who's the nicest? Get into a nice rhythm here. Should have some clear track for a time now, unless I stuff up and let Reese back onto my tail. Having a hard time in this car. those tyres going yellow too much. what happened to Nico. Oh no. Hope him and Demir didn't get together. Easy boy. Good rhythm going here. Addy. Hate it when that happens. Brake markers suddenly disappeared. No. Oh well, gives me a better chance of scoring a point. Thanks for that, Scoob, by the way. It's nice to have a spotter in my chat. That Maddie, okay. She's not lapping me. So, Okay, Matty. If you're shoving it down the inside like that as a lap car is very sportsmanlike, but anyway. I'll get out of your way. Oh, Austin's out. Oh no. What happened to Reese? He is in a hurry, yeah. Too much of a hurry. She's just gone off ahead of me. So all that effort in barging past me like that, she crashes out half a lap later. Very smart, really. That lady, the skull and crossbones. Wasted. Yeah, exactly. It was all happening there for a lap or two. It was very hard to concentrate. Kind of kept the gap to Danny here a bit, I think, which is good. Not that I'm going to catch him, but I think I've done a pretty good job of saving my tyres. You know what happened to Reese, Scoop? Steady on, mate. Concentrate. Oh, he's still out there. Okay. See him in my relative. Easy, Darren. Come on, mate. No Jerry today either, which is a little disappointing. I don't recall him notifying us either. Hope he's doing okay. Tyres maybe? Damage? He might have, I don't know if he actually hit Demir in that incident we all had, but he might have sustained some damage in that. Yes. Shame Austin DNF'd. I would have been fascinating to see if I could have kept him behind me with my consistency. Darren. Come on, mate. Ah, okay, yeah. Easy to do if you hit those damn things at the wrong angle. Just take that cut there. In-game system doesn't seem to mind it, so why not? Oh, Franek. Look how smooth Franek is. He's looking after his tyres too beautifully, as always. Such a good driver. See if I can vaguely hang on to him here. Not that it matters, but... Starting to get a bit slippery now. That was fast. need to be a bit careful now, I think. That's the entry. Just take the tyres into the red and the pink without going into the orange and yellow is the way to go. Do that, you can pretty much lap consistent pace all day, as I think I'm showing here. I think this may be one of my most consistent races ever. Where'd the lights go? Turn the lights off. Thanks, Reese. Sorry, Bert. That was a bit awkward. Thanks, Smith. Thanks, team, mate. Legend. That's the warning. Sorry, Myth. That's the big warning there, that massive slide. That was fun, mate. I assumed your tyre, the way your car was handling, I'm assuming yeah, I thought your tyres were hot, mate, at the minimum. I spent a lot of the early part of the race driving the car very straight. Basically, you can let the tyres get into the pink like this, but you let them get orange and yellow while you're cornering. And you're on a slow descent into Mordor, basically, into the fires of Mount Doom. That's better. Yeah, no, it's looks like a tough car to drive straight, given it's so light and powerful. Oh, Miff and Reese are having a dice behind me. That's probably why Miff was giving me the hurry up earlier. So you're back in the big boy next round, Austin. Did you take any wheels or engine off it? Damn. Well, we'll work on the setup, mate. I think I've found a setup that works well with that engine. The good baseline to go forward. Jacking the rear right-eyed up really does help the handling, the turn in. So I'll share. It'll be basically the setup I'm using here, but we'll probably have to do some spring and damper adjustment for the Nordschleifer. But I'll be in your DMs, mate, at some point. So we'll change the law, Austin, to you saw what a dog it was here and you're like, I don't want to drive this thing at the Nordschleifer, so I'm going to crash it and take a couple of wheels off it. So Colin doesn't make me drive it in Germany. Actually holding pace with Danny for a long time, and all that lapping and so on lost too much time. Wonder how his tyres are doing. That's what happens when the tyre gets yellow. The tyre temp, I should say. Devon, what happened to Martin? Oh, Miff, hang on to that spot, mate. You might get a point here. I'd be going this fast in the race. It's a good lesson learned. Oh no! Oh, Miff. Oh, damn. Yeah, you got to stay away from those curbs. Ugh. Oh, Miff. Always expect Miff to make it to the end. Always measures her drive so well. It's a shame. straight, Darren. Be the last lap. Oh, there you go. Very happy with that. Oh, I got 6th in the end. Wow, I want to know what happened to Ross. He must have crashed out. Woo! I'll take that. Oh. Yeah, that's one of my better drives, I have to say. Like, look at that, not even halfway worn down. That's what got me there, that consistency. Whew. Yeah, that's about the best I could have done, I think. So that's why I'm really happy with that drive. That's my best drive of this series by a long way. I'd love to. I'll be checking out the consistency tab of that results file when well, I'm going to have a shower first. I'm absolutely soaked here. Even my leggings are soaked. That took a lot of concentration to keep driving that car straight and trying to manage the tyre temps. That was yeah, very happy with that. And Scoob, thanks for keeping me company. Much appreciated. It's always nicer when you've got someone in your corner. Especially you. So, thanks teammate. Target teammate. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, very, 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 very happy. was a horn, I'd be beeping the hell out of it. Yes! Well, yep. Yeah, I was actually keeping pace with Danny there for basically most of probably 2/3 of the race, I'd say. So, it's doing 6s. So, what? 6, 7s, 20. I was faster than him. A little faster at the end. Thanks, Coop. I really hope the soreness doesn't kick in too much. You're reminding me of my Australian rules football days where you'd get absolutely smashed in that game, and you'd be fine the day after. But for me, the soreness really set in a couple of days after. So I'm hoping your body works through it quicker than me, mate. But sorry to hear about that little accident. Well done, Bert. Yerne, Franek, well done, mate. Great podium. Matt, that's a good result. You really drove like a demon, really. Look at that. The fastest lap was faster than Danny's. Very happy with that. Yeah. Anyway, I'll absolutely exhausted now, so I think I will go and have a shower. And Jesus Christ, mate. Wait till you wait till you get another 20 years under your belt. Nah, legend. Thanks, mate. Have a great weekend. I'm going to stop streaming now. Thanks for watching, and I think I'm going to enjoy watching that back. But until next time, we're at the Nordschleife in 3 weeks or a month. We'll see you then. Take care. Peace.